You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Well, what are we at this year, boy? I'm Mike with another Comic Crusaders podcast, and today, I'm very excited, folks. I'm talking to it. Can you tell I'm always excited, right? I got this energy, yeah. But today is extra special because I'm talking to a fellow Crusader, an amazing creator that has been in the game for a minute. He also got a fire channel of himself that interviewing amazing creators. But he's a dope creator himself, and it's time for him to shine right here. I mean, he got a kingdom, and his book is called Kingsville. Let me introduce the man that's at war with toys, the mighty legend himself, Mr. Tommy. Oh, baby.
What's up, man? How you doing, brother? Thank you so much, man.
Now, thank you for coming down. Look at that background. Holy shit, is that sexy as fuck. He knows how to market folks, and you can tell he's a real streamer, not like the rookie creators out there, darn it. So, but thank you for coming on, but I haven't seen you since Chicago. Yep. We had a hell of a time at the Heroic Awards. We chilled. We heard all night snoring. We hardly slept. Backs and all. And it was not a dirty party, folks. So I promise you that shit. Right? It was nerds in the room trying to get sleep. Oh, folks, trying to survive a weekend Comic Con. But we did it. We had a blast. We did a lot. Me and Tommy almost got jumped by the Chicago security over there. Just for putting up posters. It was a good time. Good time.
We had a blast, man. C2E2 was a lot of fun, man. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely, and be able to chill with fellow Crusaders, because we also got to meet DT. He was hanging out with us over there and doing his thing. So it was great to be able to meet some Crusaders, especially in Chi-Town. Now, enough of that, because we're here to talk about you, big time. I mean, you are an amazing creator, and you have a fire project that's live right now on Zoop, baby. That's right, Zoop. Look, folks, patience. I'm gonna show you all the goodies. We gotta learn a little bit about Tommy. Some Crusaders don't know who Tommy is, man. So we gotta put him on. This is not Tommy from Power, but he is just as tough. All right, don't you worry. So, all right, big Tom. Just for those that just don't know, unaware, let them know a little bit about yourself. Where you're OG from, and the most important question you ever hear in your life: what is the first thing in fandom that you ever fell in love with?
Yeah, man. So I'm born and raised SoCal. I'm a Cali guy. Been here my entire life. Born and raised in San Bernardino, which is about an hour and a half outside of Los Angeles. So, yep, here my whole life. Got married in San Bernardino. Ended up just moving to another city not too far away called Val Vista, but I'm still here in SoCal.
Stay local, son, for real. He true. He loyal.
True, baby. True, man. Yeah. So unfortunately, being a SoCal guy, all my favorite teams, man, have not been doing so well, man. I grew up an Angels fan, not a Dodgers fan. I grew up a Lakers fan. We had some good years, but it's been a while. A Rams fan, tough.
every time someone says the Angels to me, I remember that stupid fucking movie with the kid. Angels in the outfield.
So corny, man. So corny, man.
Yeah, I wanted to slap that kid so bad. I was a kid at the time, so it was fair, all right?
Yeah. It was cool, man. It's all good, man. Love being here. The weather's great. And obviously we're pretty close to San Diego, so able to go to San Diego Comic Con every year. WonderCon's really close to me. Los Angeles.
Well, I got my own in New York, all right?
Yeah, you got the good one, man. So it's all good, man. As far as fandom goes, man.
The first love, the first thing you can remember as just a wee laddie.
Yeah. I mean, G.I. Joe. I grew up on G.I. Joe. Had all the toys.
Which came first, the cartoon or the toy?
The toy.
For you, all right. What you got? What was the first toy? You remember?
I mean, so I was really in the WWF at the time too. So Sergeant Slaughter was I love Sergeant Slaughter before he turned heel and that screwed him all up when that happened, man. But
Iran, so yeah, bro. So I was just watching the McMahon documentary, and they actually mentioned that. Really interesting.
Oh, yeah. I gotta start that, man. That thing looks awesome, man. I hope it's good. But yeah, G.I. Joe was a big part of my life, and I jumped right into comics when I found out, man, they make comics of this stuff, man. I was watching the G.I. Joe show, the Transformers movie. I mean, I loved all that as a kid. And then, you know, I was fortunate that I grew up really close to a comic book shop, not too far away from my house.
Oh,
So
lucky you.
I was able to ride my bike. My friends took me there, didn't even know what I was looking at, trying to find a G.I. Joe book, picked that up. And then there was another book called Nam. I don't know if you remember that with Marvel.
Oh, the Nam, absolutely, bro.
So I started collecting all of those. I came from a military family, loved G.I. Joe. And then all of a sudden I got exposed to, you know, Justice League and Spider-Man. And I watched all the cartoons, but I didn't know nothing about comic books. So this is probably 8 or 9 years old. And then I was hooked, man, my entire life, man. I just off and on, obviously getting married, having kids, everything slowed down a little bit. But the older I get, I feel like I'm reverting back to my childhood, man, trying to collect things I've sold in the past and all that good stuff. You know how it goes.
You think, I mean, have you seen my fucking shows? My fucking God, bro. I mean, yeah, I have a problem. Hey, listen, it's okay. I'm almost there. I'm feeling that I'm almost reaching the point where, okay, I'm going to chill. All I need is all the classified dreadnoughts, and I'm only missing kind of the new ones that just dropped, the last 3 ones, right? And what else do I need? Oh, I need an OG Samurai Shogun Messenger, the plastic tall one. I seen one of the con ones, but a homie wanted almost $500 for that shit. Because it was complete. I'll give him that. It was complete. It was fucking. It was clean, yo. You could eat off that shit. It was fucking clean.
Yeah,
you know. But no, I can't do 500. You crazy shit. At that time, I was married. My wife would have cut my balls off.
That's always an issue, man. That's always it. My wife says, "Look, whatever you do in that office, I don't care, but none of that crap bleeds out of your office." So that's how I became an out of the box collector, man. I can't keep things in a box. I just don't have room for it.
I love this shit. Like if I see one fucking hand in the living room,
you don't want to see none of
it. Yo, bro, it happens, man. I hear you. I used to kind of hear the same kind of crap. It's okay now. It literally doesn't. Everything is secured in one place. The outside is more, you know, music based, you know, and retro systems, you know, because it looks cool.
Exactly. I mean, you got a dope office for the podcast too, man. Which man, maybe one day I'll get there, but it's beautiful, man. You and Clep, man, it's dope, man. The color, the black, the neon sign, dude, it's dope, man.
Oh yeah, now we have an in-house DJ there. Yet another partner to expand the studio space, and you know he actually does live DJ streaming. That's DJ Shabu. Check him out. But killing it. The space is becoming some place of great energy. And you know, and talking about energy is your creative energy. So, you know, now I know you said your boy took you to your comic book store. So that means you had a tribe of geeks.
Yes,
as you grew up, which is great. Not many people have that. So, you know, good on you. But, you know, so here you have your tribe, you're loving your stuff going on. How did all that turn into you turning creative? Like, when did that time come into your life?
Yeah, much later in life, you know, I got into the grocery industry, and I've been there for, I mean, 31 years now.
Oh, that. Holy shit.
Damn. Yeah, so I've been doing kind of the same type of a job my entire life. I love it. The industry's great. The people are amazing. And while I was doing that, you know, I was going to school, working on my degree, and I started writing for Forbes magazine. So if you go to my LinkedIn, you can see some of the articles that I've written, and it's
whoa, you can find them all below, folks. Right?
Yeah, all my socials down there, man. LinkedIn, it's just Thomas Halls. But I wrote for Forbes magazine for a long time, and when I was in college, I was studying like mentorship, emotional intelligence. So a lot of my writing started more on the business side, how to be a leader, because at that time, you know, I was at Kraft Foods, and my team was about 350 people, so I had quite a bit of employees, and you learn a lot, right? You make a lot of mistakes, you learn a lot. So I knew I needed to really study these topics, and it was fun, man. It was great to write about. But I also had some comic book stories in the back of my head, man. I'm like, man, if I could ever figure out how to put this on paper, that would be amazing. And during the pandemic, like a lot of people, man, I'm sitting around working from home, Zoom all day long, and driving my wife crazy. And she's like, dude, you've had this thing you wanted to do. You might as well do it. And that's how it started. I found an artist through Reddit. with like the comic book artists, where they try to hook comic creators with artists. And I found Dan Zay. Dan has been awesome, man, and he's been my artist all the way through so far. We're on issue 3. It's gonna be a 4-part series, and you know how it goes, bro. You're trying to figure out how to print. You're gonna have it was a mess, man. That first issue took a lot of work, man, and now I feel like I'm in a much better rhythm. Got a lot of great feedback from people, and I think issue 3 is going to be our best issue yet, man. The story.
We're gonna look at that in a moment, but I didn't know something here because you dove in. You said, "Fuck it." Your wife just wanted you out of the room. Like, go into that empty room, your toy room. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Do something with that damn space. You started creating, and you got your team member. And now, how the fuck did you figure to build a book? I mean, again, being a fan is one thing, and seeing a book, hey, it looks easy. It's not. Yeah. And so how did you kind of did you take any courses, lessons? Did you make more allies, go to cons and ask questions? Like, how did you learn now how to put the book together?
Yeah. So to be quite honest, I started a podcast. And I felt like that would be the best way for me to learn. Is one, I'd get to meet some of my favorite writers and artists and letters and colorists. But at the same time, man, I'll be able to ask a lot of questions and, get some support. And it's amazing community, man. Everyone's willing to provide advice. And that's really where my podcast came from. There was a selfish element to it. Is like, if I could meet some of these people that I've looked up to and enjoyed their work and get them on a podcast and learn a little bit more about them, I could help the indie industry, the comic industry. But at the same time, I could gather a bunch of information on, what to do next as far as carrying out my own creation. So that's where the podcast started, man. And, you start
to do that.
Yeah.
So you knew how to put that together from the get.
I was on YouTube figuring all that out, to be honest. Yeah, it was all YouTube. That's my school for
YouTube University, baby. YTU.
and same with comic. There's a lot of good information on YouTube on how to create comics as well. So it was a lot of studying, a lot of trying to figure things out, but it's been a lot of fun, man. I really enjoyed it.
Great. So talk about, again, we're about to get into this, folks. Again, me, I can do this at the halfway mark, right? So chill, relax. We gotta learn the story. So Kingsville, right? Issue 1. Talk to me. Like, how long did you have this story in your head? And when you got together with your artist as you're building the story, how did you build that together? Again, now you're learning how to work together on a different scale. This is not Kraft Foods. This is now your baby, not someone else's baby.
Yeah. So, again, YouTube University helped out a lot, putting the story together, working with the artist he had actually more experience working on other projects with other creators. So, giving him notes, him sending notes back. He's from Moscow, Russia, so his English is quite broken up. So a lot of it is through Google Translate. It's just worked out perfect, man. And I give him a lot of freedom. I tell him exactly what I want to see by panel, but I also say, if you think something will look cooler, man, just do your thing. And so there's a lot of back and forth, and he's awesome, man. He's good. He's 24 years old guy, man. One of the first
creators I've had that has told me you find your artist in Russia. Everybody either tells me Italy, Argentina, or Brazil.
Yeah.
Those are the top 3. You're the first, I think, that's ever said Russia. I'm like, okay, cool. I like this. That world keeps expanding. I'll geek them. I fucking love it. I love it.
Yeah. It's crazy that there's this whole fan base in Russia, man. So, France and the UK obviously have a huge impact on comics throughout all of Europe. And so a lot of their styles are a lot different. And Dan has been awesome, man. He's a great artist. He does everything for me. So he does the pencils, inks, and he does the colors for me. I Googled how to letter, and I did all the lettering so far in the comics, man. So I had to buy a program. I had to do everything, man. It was crazy.
That's beautiful, though. I like the fact that you indie, man. They take up to the challenge. You know what I mean? They're not waiting on their publisher to help them just build a team. No, hands on. This is why I fucking love it. This is why Tommy is the real deal in the business. You know what, folks? It's that time. I'm going to start sharing the link, of course, because that's where you got to go and support the amazing campaign. And first up, before I show you the actual campaign, Tommy sent me some images. We get a nice, cleaner look at some of the stuff that's going on with issue number 3 of Kingsville. Yeah, let's talk about it right now. Let's talk about these colors, because look at these gangster ass covers right here. And I mean, the color, that blood on this one, for example, the scenery, the vibrancy is so fucking neo future fucking Blade Runner. What's going on here?
Yeah. So I met Jordan Noir maybe about 8 months ago. Just love his art. You all should be following Jordan Noir on Instagram. He posts all of his art there. But man, I loved him. So I reached out to him and said, bro, I would love to have you on my podcast. He came on and we just sparked a friendship. So I reached out to him and I'm like, dude, this guy's going to blow up, everybody. So if you're not following him, get on it now, because this guy is super talented. He just signed with Image Comics. He just did a cover for Witchblade 3 for Mark Silvestri and Mark Bennett. He's also working with McFarlane. So you're going to see some stuff coming later this year on one of the Spawn projects. I'm not sure which one. He can't really share a lot of that yet, but this guy is going to explode. So I reached out to him. This is Sarah Sorrow. So her superpower, man, is she could draw out the worst feelings you ever had in your life. So as she gets close to you, man, you've been through any kind of tragedy, she's going to make you feel like you're going through that tragedy all over again. Obviously, super strength and all this other great stuff that she has too, that most superhumans have. But her biggest thing is sorrow, drawing that out of you. So if she wants to mess with you and mess with your emotions, boy, she's gonna create a disaster, make you feel like you went through everything all over again. And so I told him the story about her, and he just thought she was badass. So he goes, I want to do something, because in issue 3, the way the story's going, right, you have this country, Kingsville. They find this mineral. They don't know what to do with it. It's a small island nation. And this nonprofit organization that has a lot of money, a lot of power, called the Alliance for Global Safety, they purchase it, and they got a whole science team. They start delving into it, and they find out, dude, there's some elements to this mineral that I think we could do something with. They figure out that they could utilize it to create superhumans. And now everyone's worried because they keep creating these superhumans, and they're getting more and more nations to join their cause by this promise that if you join us, we'll place a superhuman in your nation to help you with safety and everything else. On the inside, though, they're utilizing these superhumans to do some pretty bad stuff to maintain their power. So Kingsville's like, dude, I'm not sure we're doing the right thing by giving them this mineral. Even internally in their science department, the head guy, Rodrigo, is like, dude, I'm not sure I'm doing the right thing by developing more of these superhumans. So now Kingsville's like, dude, we're not giving you this mineral anymore. And now it's about to go to war. And you see issue 3, it's called The War Begins, because Kingsville, or AGS, I'm sorry, Alliance for Global Safety, they ain't messing around anymore. They're going to have their mineral no matter what it takes. So Sarah Sorrow, you can see her just slicing through everybody. That's Kingsville. And then this cover right here is by Omar Francia. He's worked on Batman, Spider-Man. He's done Dynamite Comics. He's done interiors. This guy's awesome, and you should be following him too, man. He has a couple different sites that you can follow. It's called Omar's Ugly Art, and he just does crazy, awesome creatures. And then he has Omar Francia, and he's out of Florida, originally from Argentina. This guy is amazing. So he took Hannah. This is Hannah Hianoan, and Hianoan in Japanese means bone girl. And what you're going to find out in issue 3 is she pops out of nowhere, and a lot of people, not even the other superhumans, know about her. So I don't want to give too much away, but she's one of the very first superhumans that AGS created, and it did not go well. So she's called Bone Girl, and you don't want to be around her because she will create death very quickly just by being by her. So he took that and ran with it, and this is what he came up with, Hannah. We call her Bone Girl because that's what Hianoan means in Japanese, and she's badass. And he hand painted this, so this is hand painted. Guy's amazing. I'm telling you, these two artists are absolutely incredible. I was very fortunate to get them on this project, and I think I got a couple really nice covers. And then I always have Dan do my cover A. Dan's my guy. So this is Thomas Gunner. And you're going to find out more about him in issue 3 too. You haven't really met him yet, and he's kind of Deadpool without the mask. He's an executioner. He takes shit really seriously, and you can see in the background. You'll find out this is Kingsville up in flames because AGS isn't messing around anymore. They're going to get their mineral no matter what it takes, because they know that means them maintaining the power that they've gained, and they're not giving that up for nothing.
God, of course, sounds like the Rockefeller plan when it started in the 70s, and it's coming to fruition now. So there we go.
Yeah. So you can see this is one of the first pages that starts off with issue number 3. That's Dr. Derrickson. He is the creator and the founder of the Alliance for Global Safety, and he's not that nice of a dude, man. And he's doing a lot of evil things, but to the public, he wants everyone to know that he's doing great things with all these superhumans. He's creating safety. He's helping trade agreements between nations. He's helping people get richer. Like, he's doing all these great things on the outside, but nah, man, this guy is no good, bro. No good.
So this is your role as Elon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so he's explaining that he's created all these amazing superhumans, and they're doing all these amazing things. And as he's explaining how wonderful these superhumans are, we're seeing what they're actually really doing in real time as he's talking about how awesome these people are. And they're just wiping out anybody who's against AGS. He's killing anybody who's questioning what they're doing, because he doesn't want anybody to be spreading news about all the evil stuff that they're doing.
Oh, man, it sounds like a particular political party nowadays.
Could be.
Are you hitting all these marks on purpose, bro?
Or global entities that are supposed to be doing great things, and they're doing some pretty nasty stuff behind the scenes, right? So, the pandemic opened, I think, a lot of people's eyes, and I certainly utilized some of the things that were going on.
It opened up your mind, too, because you're building a hell of a fun story here that people could definitely enjoy. Yeah, it's out there, and I'm digging. I mean, just look at this page. I love the panel work here, but again, what a difference. The size of the panels, you can see it's eye candy. It's definitely soothing for the eye. You see where it's going. Great looking sequence, man. Well done.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So definitely more of a mature book, mainly because of the killing and the blood. But it's been a lot of fun, man. So, yep. And here's more of it right here. Those two at the bottom, that is Rodrigo, and that is Marissa. They're the head of the science department, and they've been creating all these superhumans for the Alliance for Global Safety. And they're in the audience listening to Dr. Derrickson say all these amazing things about what they're doing. But in the back of mind of Rodrigo, he's like, dude, I know I'm doing something that's not good for society. Feeling that these guys are up to no good, man.
I dig it. You go to those places. Yeah, this is not kosher. It ain't good. Something's wrong. And man, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Wow, this looks like very what's that? The Boys. Homeland.
So, a lot of people have said like it's actually Will, one of my buddies. He said it's the teamwork of Harbinger with the blood and guts of the Boys.
Yeah, because Harbinger is fucking. I mean, the OG and even the new iteration, not the current one, but the one that brought back Valiant recently, you know, with Dinesh. That fucking run a Harvey. Yo,
that was awesome, man. I love
Harbinger. I missed. I don't know, man. Again, I wish Dinesh never had left Valiant. And now it's Alien Books, you know, / Valiant, whatever, resurgence. So let's see where it goes. You know, I'm not a hater on indie, but I definitely wrote a little bit before. I like that. But
I've jumped into it, so I've enjoyed most of it. But yeah, man, Dinesh is awesome, man.
Oh yeah, but not even his bad idea. Was it a bad idea? We see. I mean, he sold an invisible fucking comic book. Who knows?
Yeah. I will tell you, I got a sneak peek of Planet Earth that's been created by Derek Karstad, who was the creator of John Wick.
Okay.
He created Planet Earth, and then Robert Venditti is helping them build out that world. So Planet Earth comes out in the next year. So you got Robert Venditti, who I think is one of the best writers, and then I
love this fucking Exo. That fucking run is fucking boss. Son. Anything he touches though is boss.
Hawkman, his Hawkman run, the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're some fanboys here. We love this shit. You know what I mean? And then he shows it in these books. When you see those comparisons, then we dive in because damn, yo, good shit, bro. You know what? For this, what you gotta do? You gotta support it at the Zoo campaign. I'll be sharing this link, and guess what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna dive in right into the darn campaign. Because listen, we got 13 days left, mi gente. Just 13, and a big salute to those 27 supporters. Bless you for supporting indie. But listen, the project needs 3 racks, baby. You know, and with 13 days to go, we're at 908. So that means that this Friday, some of y'all get paid. So that's you, and then next week, another group gets paid. So there's so much potential for this to get funded like this, and a week after. Come on, we have time.
Yeah,
but not too much time. So don't wait. Let's run down these tiers right now and see how you could get started and being a part of this amazing campaign and learning all about the Kingsville verse right here. So the $5 for digital, right? Or is that for just this particular issue, correct?
Yep. So $5 for issue 3 if you've already picked up the other digital. $10 if you want all 3, so you're saving $5.
Wait, all 3 for 10? What? Yep. That's a deal, son. Yo, go to a comic shop nowadays. Most of them Jones is $3.99. So you're talking about $12 plus tax. You know, here, you know, for $3. Here you're getting 3 for $10. Yeah, they're digital, but guess what? You know, get them on your joint, you'll be fine. They're in PDF format. They're yours. They're yours to keep. Right? They're DRM free, right? So it's yours for them to keep.
Yep.
Okay, exactly. Yeah, DRM free. These belong to you, not like some other platforms that if they delete your account or they close and they end up on, you know, they're gone.
No.
So no, this is yours. So thank you for doing that. Now, starting at $10, that's when we can start smelling the ink.
Yep, exactly. So cover A, Dan's cover will be $10. Paper has gone up, so it used to be $7, but man, comic.
What do you mean paper's gone up? Talk about that again for just us fans that are on the web, but also creators that may be experiencing this. Like, you know, talk about that. Like when did this happen?
It happened about 5-6 months ago. I mean, inflation has kind of crept up over the last year and a half, and it's affecting every industry, including paper. And so I've talked to a lot of indie creators, and, you know, we all work with amazing companies like Comic Wellspring, Kablam. There's a bunch of them out there, and they've all had to take price increases mainly because the paper costs have gone up. So, you know, it's $10 for issue 1, and then to get an artist like an Omar who's worked at all these great companies, and Jordan, right, I had to pay a little extra for those covers, but I think it was worth it, man. Those covers look awesome. So those are $15. But you could save $5, man, if you buy all 3 at the same time for $35. And so if you're a variant cover collector, you're going to save $5 if you get them all 3 at the same time. If you want, I work with Moose over at Wham Stand, and he has created standees for me. So these are like really grooved. This is not.
Oh yeah, that looks fucking great, homie.
They come out dope, and it comes with this stand that says Kingsville, and it slides just right into here.
That shit looks great, Tommy.
Yep, and then the keychains that he made.
Oh, look at this guy, yo, pimping, son.
Dude, it came out so nice.
You should autograph the back of those keychains, bro.
Yeah, I can.
Key holes on the back of those right there. OG.
Exactly, man. Yeah, so all of that is available, man. If you want the whole package, I'll throw in a ton of stickers, all kinds of cool stuff. If you want issues 1 through 3, you could do that for $30. There's a retailer bundle. If you just want a couple of each, you'll save quite a bit if you're a retailer. And if you just want to get just cover A, but you still want a standee, you could purchase that at the bottom. I also got my World at War Comics hats, the keychain. So, yep. And then if you're a creator, man, and you need help with your own Kickstarter or whatever you're working on, man, I have a package that comes with my comic. It comes with the standee, and it also comes with you coming on my podcast. And then for 2 weeks, I will market the hell out of your project, man, on all my platforms. I got 30,000 followers on Instagram, 6,000 on YouTube, 5,000 on TikTok. I will blast you everywhere to help you get.
He'll even do a strip dance for you at Chippendales to sell your book. Wearing underwear of your character.
Exactly.
Whatever it takes,
then,
man.
If we hit the $3,000 goal, what I'm gonna do, just because we need to get to 3,000, I'm gonna raffle off. I have a Jim Lee backpack from Hex. Still in the box back here. I will raffle that off to, I'll take whoever are the folks that backed if we hit our goal, and someone's going to get that. That's $100 backpack that I got at San Diego Comic-Con last year that is still in there. So there's a lot, man. A lot to, give away. Man, I love doing giveaways, man. I got all kinds of cool stuff to give away. So
let me tell you, on Monday on the P3 podcast, the podcast I do with my brothers, we have a dope giveaway. That is seasons 1 through 7 of the uncensored Rick and Morty.
Nice. That's dope.
Thank you to Adult Swim and Warner. But let me show you, man. Like, there's going to be on P3. There's a question on the P3 podcast page that you guys got to answer, but I need you guys to answer it funny. And if you guys give me, whoever gives the most humorous reply to that will win this right here, baby. I mean, look at that.
That's dope.
Uncensored, baby. The complete season, baby. I mean, look at the good on that Blu-ray. I mean, nice, man. Let's go. Big shout out to Warner Brothers and Adult Swim. Again, the P3 podcast this coming Monday, 1 p.m., baby. Stay tuned. It's going to be a fun giveaway. I understand Tommy on that. Anytime we can make our fans happy that tune in and support us, hell yeah, bring a smile to them. But what we need to do is bring a smile to my man Tom over here. We got to make this happen, folks. This is issue number 3. All right. We're looking for 3 racks, only 13 days to go. And I get a big suit to you, 27 creators. I do have a question, though. I mean, normally I speak to people and they put these projects on Kickstarter. Why did you choose Zoop as your platform?
So, I've become friends with Jordan, who's the co-founder of Zoop. Zoop they only deal with comic books, right? They don't deal with anything else. So when you go to Zoop, you're going to find a bunch of indie creators. They really focus on the indie side of the business, and they promote a lot of amazing indie products. What makes them unique is it's a little more expensive to utilize, but they do everything for you. So they're an all-in-one, one-stop shop for indie creators. So I personally have a printer, but if I need to use their printer, they have a printer too. So they could print your comic. They will deliver your comic to all your backers. So they'll package it, everything. So they're a one-stop shop. Whereas at Kickstarter, which is great, there's no shade on Kickstarter, but you fund on Kickstarter, you're doing all the packaging, you're doing all the shipping.
You're the one-stop shop.
You're the one-stop shop, man, right? So I thought I'd give it a try. Again, I don't have the cachet that some of the other creators, if you go to Zoop, have. Some of those guys, Dustin Wynn, right, who's done Ascender and Descender. His book is on there. Dude, he's an incredible artist. He hand paints almost everything that happened in Ascender and Descender. And he has a book on there right now, too, which is The Descender. And it's all the art from that series. And it's incredible. So, yeah, they work with a lot of amazing creators. And I thought I'd give it a try. We'll see if it works out. If not, I'll head back over to Kickstarter. But I wanted to give Zoop a try. Zoop is awesome. I also want to help them, build out their brand. Because it's, you got to fund my comic indie. It's very crowded. There's a lot of great crowdfunding. Zoop, if you want to a one-stop shop for you as a creator because you don't have time to do all the packaging and everything, Zoop is really the only one out there that's offering all of that.
This was coming from an independent creator himself that has a project there. Again, it is his baby. So, creators take care of their babies. So he found a home for his baby that he felt was great. So, let's support that. Again, the link is below, but not just below. It's also in the show notes. Very important. Live there. So, make those thumbs and fingers be swollen, as you click away and spend that loop and make it rain on independent creator. My man, Tommy H over here. He's the boss with Kingsville. Now, my brother, I don't want to kill too much more of your time. We got to get you back to selling this book, getting out there, telling people the greatness. Are you doing any more conventions? I mean, the year is winding down. Are you doing any more convention appearances, whether you're boothing or just walking around?
Yeah, so the idea is that I'll be at LA Comic-Con at least one day. I'll be bringing some of my comics there. I'll be meeting with some of our mutuals that are in the indie scene down there too, right? Some of the artists and writers and creators that we've both had on both of our podcasts. So, my plan is to be down there. So I'll be just follow me at World at War Comics on all platforms. I'll be announcing where I'm going to be at. I would love to meet other creators. That's my passion, man. I just love comic books. And my podcast, like you, Al. It's really about building up the community, building out the creators, giving them love, making sure they shine, and to really kind of put a positive twist on comic books, man. There's a lot of good things. There's always bad things happening in every industry, but there's always a lot of good too. So I try to focus on the great things that are happening in the industry. We got a lot to be happy about, man, especially on the indie side, man. There's some really good creators creating some amazing stories. So
I agree. You know, stop the nonsense, just create, work together. I mean, there's space and room for everyone. You know, sometimes I see silly arguments and come on, man, the world is enough of that. You know, we need to be the better example. Leave that for those big boys out in the corporate. Let them fight each other and kill themselves while you guys could team up and actually maybe develop something that's going to overtake them. You know, and that's that. I mean, let's really build up and F everybody else. You know, screw the system. Let's do it right. Indie, baby, we fucking rocking right here. That's what it is. You know, and celebrate folks like Tommy with Kingsville. Dope story. You already heard it. There's things going on, and the project is live now, mi gente. So please show the support, all right? But follow Tommy on all his socials. You can check out everything on his link tree, right? So you can check it out. The links below.
Yeah,
easy peasy. That's a shorty right there. But if you see it in the show notes, you'll find it there as well. Again, it's what's important here is the Zoop. So go to Zoop, look at Kingsville numero tres, number 3, 3, baby. Right, this is what we got going on. Support independent creators like Big Tom. Now, Tom, before we go, you know, based on your mission, I mean, here we are from a little wee laddie that fell in love with the culture. You know, for you to then create later in life and follow your dream. Now you're on issue 3. Congrats on that. Like, what type of advice would you give to somebody, you know, regardless of their age, about stepping into the game?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a story and you have a passion in that story, you just got to jump in, man. If anybody ever needs advice or anything, not that I'm the expert on it, man, I'm always open to help people out, man. I've had a lot of conversations with other creators on what I have done. Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. If you want to get into comics, there's not a better time from an accessibility, right? There's printers where you can do low print runs. There's a lot of artists constantly looking for work. So there's some amazing talent out there. And if you got a great story, man, it's a lot of work. So I don't want to say it's easy. It's not easy. It's hard. But it's accessible, man. It's something that anybody could do, man. And once you do it, man, I'm willing to bring you on and help you out, man. Let's blast your stuff out too. I have someone on at least 2 or 3 times a week. And
yes, he does. Great guest. He's a boss. I'm telling you, I don't listen to many podcasts. I'm going to be very honest there. I only listen to podcasts of people that I rock with. So my man Tommy's show, James' show with the Who Would Win, because I enjoy that. And then a couple of, you know, just kind of newsy types, just that are more open in news and honest that I listen to. Yeah, you know, but across the spectrum, because I'm not one side. I'm not, just for folks to know, and I want to declare it here, because I'm getting weird messages from people. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm not living. I'm a human being, and I just want what's best for this country where we live in here. So creators like Tommy, you keep creating freely. Yeah. That's all I care about. All right, at the end of the day, and for our families to be able to eat, have a roof over their head, and be safe. You know what I mean? For us to be able to move forward, you know, and like really make that American dream, because it does still exist, you know, come to fruition. You feel me? Let's make these dreams happen. And Tommy's making it through Kingsville, and let's help him make that dream keep going forward by supporting the amazing project that it is. Again, it is on Zoop. It is live now. We only have 13 days, folks. And again, a couple of paychecks there. Don't be playing with me or lying to me that, no, I'm broke. No, you don't. You could be without a quarter, an eighth. You know, an eighth cost $25. You can buy here for $10 on Digi. You can get issues 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? You can still get your eighth. You know, okay. You know, your dealer should forgive you for that. You know, let your dealer know, and they'll give you a break, like how dope this book is, that you need to read this. Then maybe give you free stuff. I want to believe in it, man, because people are just gonna fall in love. But you are the man. You know, World at War Comics, Kingsville number 3, live on Zoom. That's my homie. You can also check out his reviews on Comic Crusaders, because he has a Comic Crusaders, so he goes out there and he reviews some books. So some love. I know he fell in love with the Conan, because that shit is crazy. Savage Sword, Titan. Yeah, bro. Thank you.
Me and you on Conan, Al. That's our connection right there, brother, man.
Yeah, bro. And now Lance, our boy Lance from Warehouse 9, he's like, Lance, are you trying to compete with me? Are you trying to finish the run too? I have a competition now. Oh shit! Got somebody trying to, bro. God forbid we go to a con together. I think we're gonna be the first two ever wrestling for a bunch of fucking Conan books. In the middle. That's mine. Oh.
Exactly.
He's taller. He might have the advantage over me. I don't know. But anyway, with that, I just want to have fun. Everybody, thanks all to my Crusaders and to the world of warriors out there that tuned in too. Because I know he was sharing on his channels. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
I almost go daily, but every week you definitely get 2-3 live interviews. And then to, of course, my family, whether it's the Old Timers Comic Book Show or even K-Pop Cosmos. Right now, no prize in the film Crusader taking a break. We're thinking about doing a United show. What did you guys think? Let's see. Really have the two battle. Big two. Marvel versus DC. Who got the better books this week? I think that's a good show. But anyway, we'll talk about that. Tommy, I know you're a nerd. I definitely would love your opinion on that too. And with that, I'm Al Mega. That's TH Tommy Hose, the one, the only Kingsville Crusaders. Hasta la próxima, baby. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit ComicCrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Play Store today.